In part 1, I showed you how to make quinoa bread. Today we're going to make spicy red pepper hummus. Now this is a step that is optional, but I find that it makes a really smooth hummus. I shell the garbanzo beans. When I cook them from dried beans, I don't see that shell. But when I use the canned ones, which I'm using today, I do. So what I do is I get some water, and this is 3 cans. I've rinsed them a couple times. I'm gonna pour them in the water. And then the best way I found to shell them is just get in there and just start massaging the beans. And then this is a process that's gonna take about maybe 15 minutes. Maybe 15 minutes. And then you'll notice that as I'm squeezing, I'm not too hard, I'm not trying to break them up. I'm just trying to loosen the shells off of them. And you'll see, okay, I'm gonna stop for a second. I want you to see what's happening there. See, there are a lot of little things that are floating there. That's these little shells that form over garbanzo beans that are in the can. They look like this. And so what I try to do is to get as many of these out of there as I can, and it makes for a much smoother hummus. Now this is what we're left with. These are all the shells that I took off the chickpeas, the garbanzo beans, and this is what I'm gonna use for the recipe. So now we're ready to make the hummus, and this is everything that we're gonna need. I have 3 cans of the garbanzo beans, and remember I got all of the shells off of them, so these have been shelled and cleaned. Then I have some oil-free tahini. Again, all of the measurements are at the bottom. I have German mustard. This is the one that has horseradish in it. Apple cider vinegar, lemon juice, some onion, doesn't really matter what kind, but I have purple onion today. Garlic, roasted red peppers, some vegetable stock, and then I have my seasonings. The hot sauce there is going to be used as a garnish at the end, so that's optional. But I have my garlic powder, onion powder, poultry seasoning, Tony Chachere's Creole seasoning, extra cayenne if you want a little bit more heat, and then my better than bouillon. And that's everything that we're going to need, and all of this is going to go in the food processor. Now I'm going to put everything in the blender, and this is a high-speed blender. First, I'm going to add chickpeas and the roasted red pepper, the onions, garlic, the tahini and the mustard, apple cider vinegar, lemon juice, all of the spices, and about half of the stock, and I'll add more as needed. I'm going to put the top on. I'm going to start it off low. I'm going to increase the speed. After blending for about 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes, it should look like this. And here's the consistency.